Hello and welcome to KetoMom community. My name is Steve Melky and I'm here with the one, the only, the most loveliest lady in all the land, my wife,
lady.
Stephanie Melky, aka KetoMom.
Good morning.
And we are super
Good
excited
afternoon.
to talk to you today about some honestly game-changing information.
Well, we're going to go over, so I'm skipping a little bit forward because basically the last few pages, if you're following along live, if you've been following along, we're going through this book. And if you're wanting to follow along in the book, we're on page 68. We talk about some of the same concepts we had over a year. And so he just talked about goals, focusing on goals. So we skipped ahead a little bit because we're going to talk about who are you becoming, which is kind of fun because that's a podcast our daughter started.
It is. So, but in life though, even though we're skipping over that section, don't skip over the goals in your life. It's so important.
And then we're going to dive into 5 strategies for eliminating the bad habits. That's what we're going to start.
Hey, and if you're brand new checking this out, what would you say? What would you say the overall mission and vision of KetoMom is all about? What's this community about?
Well, are you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were asking them. I was like, what if they don't know?
I'm asking you.
All right. I feel like you're hovering over me.
Well,
Do you
this
need
is what
your
happens
arm right here?
So when you choose to go vertical on the camera, I'm only getting bigger from this CrossFit stuff. So it's like I have to get closer.
He walked outside in his
Otherwise,
large
I'm going to
shirt.
be like this.
He walked outside. Well, he walked in the kitchen. He's like, I don't think I can wear this shirt anymore. I'm so buff.
No, I did not say that.
I'm so buff. My muscles are so big.
I didn't say any of those words. I think you
That's what I heard.
Stuff.
It's true. You're getting so strong.
So strong.
All right. Where are you tuning in from? Good morning.
Drink your ketones, people. They preserve muscle.
All right. So
what's the mission and vision of this?
Teach, inspire, activate. Teach, inspire, activate. We want to teach you. We hope to inspire you. We want you to take action on anything that you're learning.
Yep. You were called for some great things in your life, so we want you to activate on those things.
Yeah. Even if it's one thing. You don't have to do all of the things. Right?
Or do all of the things.
Slowly, over time, you can do all the things.
Take massive inspired action. I'd say go.
That's actually one of the things he's going to talk about.
See, I didn't even read this book yet again. Hey, for all of you who are sharing, thanks for sharing this message. This is going to be some great information. Tag a friend below if you're ready to be on the same page as your friend.
Okay. I have my goals. Do you have your goals set? We talked about writing down things that you feel. So if your goal is to eat healthier, tracking everything for 1 week that you were eating. If your goal was to save money, tracking everywhere you're spending your money for 1 week, right? Most of you have goals. He talked about making sure your goals aren't just blanks in your mind and you're shooting them here and there, but do you have goals? Are they written down? Super important.
Yes. I've been tracking my calories.
Yes. I tracked my protein yesterday. I didn't reach my protein goal.
I did.
That's why he's so buff. That's why his shirt doesn't fit.
It's not fitting in the right spots.
You have your goals. Now, what do I need to do to get to my goals?
Oh, do you want me to answer?
No, I don't know. You always intercede when I say something, so I just felt like you were going to say something.
I don't know what intercede means, but Stephanie's been trying to work on her vocabulary. Notice how I said trying? She's not doing it because she makes up these words.
It's not. Intercede is a word. You were trying to intercede. You always try to intercede.
I think it would be interject, but...
You guys, did I use the word right? I'm working on using big words.
She's older than me, so I'm going to say she's more wise.
Who do I need to become? We're going to talking about who do you need to become. All right. If you want to have more and you have to become more, success is not something that you pursue. What you pursue will elude you. Is that a big word?
Yeah, it's in the book.
It can be like trying to chase butterflies. Success is something that you attract by the person you become. So I circled this next paragraph. I'm not going to read it to you. I'm going to tell you what he talked about because I was like, oh my goodness, our girls need to do this. Our oldest daughter actually does this. So he said years ago, he made a list of traits that he desired in a woman, somebody that when he got married, he was hoping his wife would be. The traits, the values, who would she be like, right? He made this list. He told his family all of the things of his perfect wife, like you did for me.
Yeah, of course. That's exactly how it worked.
And then he basically said, oh my goodness, if I'm going to attract this woman, I have to become who she wants me to be. So he basically flipped it and he's like, I need to make sure I become the person that I want to be to hit that goal. And I thought this morning as I was reading through this, I thought, okay, if your goal is fat loss, if your goal is to get healthy and you need to make a choice throughout the day, put yourself in a position of a person who's already done it or who's already there. Like, if I want to get big muscles and work out and be really strong, and I need to put I need to put myself in that position of that person. So like today's workout is 100 burpee box jump overs, right? I don't actually
Feel free
want
to
do
join
it.
us. Send us pictures or videos of you
But
doing
if
that.
I want to become stronger and my goal is to become stronger, and if I don't want to do that, it's easy for me to say no, or I should say, but what would the person that's already the way that, like, what would a strong person, the person that I want to become, do? What would they do?
I just like Lupita's comment. Intercede is a word, but probably meant interject. So now you'll learn 2 words
Sometimes
today.
I just say words and I think it sounds good, and I say them so
Confidently?
that I just assume you guys are fine with it.
I love reading the comments. It really makes me happy.
My
So
daughter
you keep
says
sharing.
sometimes I talk so confidently about things and sometimes I'm so wrong, but the way I say it, she just doesn't say anything because I appear to be right, but I'm not.
Oh.
Okay, you totally messed it up.
is
Does that
from
make
Singapore.
sense?
Yes, I think
What did I
it's
say?
great. You have to become the person that you want to become. To get to go to where you want to go, you have to become
Wasn't
the
even
person.
listening. You guys are
I
distracting.
love the comments.
Does that make sense? If I want to be stronger, I'm going to have to become the person that's already doing it.
I was gonna say, or lift heavier weights, eat better food,
I
work a
am
little harder.
doing
Like
all of that.
right when you hit that point where it's like, this is really tough, this is really hard. You have to choose your heart.
I'm going to do that because I'm going to go do 100 burpee box jump overs today. 100.
Are we gonna race?
No,
Why?
because you beat me.
Maybe.
Every time.
I mean, you've already got a limiting mindset. How
Or
do you
it's
know
a
that?
fact. I don't even want to go down that route. Let's not talk about the Olympics or anything. Like, you would beat me.
Maybe.
What stands between you and your goals is your behavior. You are not behaving properly on this Zoom. Behavior.
I'm listening.
So I labeled this today, and we said your choices, which is your decisions you have every day, plus your behavior,
Plus,
which is your action, plus your habits, which is repeated habits, good or bad,
I like
plus
that.
the compound effect, which is time, equals your
Greatness. Goals.
Goals.
I like that. Hey, that's really, really good. Write that down. So you making the choice, plus your behavior, plus your habit, plus the compound effect of time gives you your goal.
Which is why tracking things is so effective and so important. So you can see.
Yes.
He said, do you actually know how much time you spend on in front of your TV? Do you know how many hours you spend turning the news channels on? Do you know how many cans of Coke that you drink a day?
None.
Like, if you don't track something,
Don't do it.
if you don't track it, you don't know. If you've got specific goals but you're not willing to track, you're not going to get there. Period.com.
Ooh.
Anything you want to say to
That's
that?
probably an expensive domain. Period.com. I wonder what's on that website.
Okay. One small, simple change in a habit. One giant leaping forward in balance and productivity.
So what's one thing that you could do today to just get a giant jump on life with
I'm
your
going to do
balance and your
100
productivity?
giant jump box over burpees.
I like that. It's really good. I believe in you. You're going to do it, and it's going to be great.
It's going to be so great.
Yeah, you can.
Okay,
I'll hold
here's
you.
actually what
This
I know
is
we're kind of like
comfortable.
snuggling.
I like this. This is my favorite part of the day. The only thing that could
Here's
make it
what we're
better
actually getting
is
to
if we
today,
could go
all
on
right?
a walk.
Get out your little notebook that you have been writing for 1 week, the things you've been tracking. You all should be doing it. What are you tracking? I'd love to know.
Mine's in my fitness.
Are you
pal.
tracking? I actually put mine in my note section on my phone.
Did you write down your goal?
Yes, but I wasn't eating
I'm
it.
asking them
Oh.
as well.
Oh. Did you write down your goal and are you tracking it? Please tell us.
I like how you're so responsive to
Get
me. Usually
your
I
little
just talk to
notebook
the
out
air.
and it's
I
time
don't
to
get a
write
response.
your 3 goals on top of that. So here's what he said.
Oh, there's a lot of stars on this page, so be careful.
I don't know why I started that. Oh, I know I started it.
Yeah, 'cause
habits and behaviors
never lie.
Oh, I love this part. Habits and behaviors never lie. If there's a discrepancy, pretend that was my word. If there was a discrepancy between you, what you say, and what you do, I'm going to believe every time what you do. He says, if you tell me that you want to be healthier, but you've got Dorito dust on your fingers, I'm going to believe the Doritos. If you say self-improvement is a priority, but you spend hours in front of your Xbox,
Oh, I used to.
You're going to believe
when I
the
was
Xbox.
15.
Right, for sure. If you, Xbox, hold on. I'm believing the Xbox. If you say that you're a dedicated professional, but you show up late and unprepared.
If you're late, you're selfish.
Actually, that is a thing. If you're late, you're selfish. Listen, I don't like late. I'm not going to say I don't like late people. It really frustrates me when people are late.
They're not honoring your time.
What do you guys think of that?
This is a community where we honor people.
For sure. It has nothing to do with lives, but everything to do with in person. For sure. Okay, it's time to let's uproot the sabotaging bad habits and plant new positive and healthy ones in those places. So here's what he said. I'm going to give you 5 strategies for eliminating bad habits. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Your habits are learned, therefore you can unlearn them. Number 1.
So true.
Number 1, identify your triggers if you're taking notes. Identify your triggers. Who, what, where, when, why. Are you more likely, for example, are you more likely to drink too much when you're with certain people? That's a who, right? Identifying your triggers, like what causes you to do the things you don't want to do.
These are good examples. Maybe read some of these examples. I can give you one. Remember the pretzel container story with the peanut butter pretzels? If those are on the counter, that is a trigger.
A trigger for him is visual. Like if he
Yes.
sees it, he wants to eat it.
I like that.
Right?
Yep, that's so good.
Is there a particular time of day when you just have to have something sweet? Is that a trigger? It's having an awareness of like what causes you to do these things. What emotions tend to provoke your worst habits? When do you experience these emotions? What situation prompts you to a bad habit? All of like when we first got married, and I did this growing up, every time we ate a meal, we needed something sweet. Why? Because we ate a meal, so we needed something sweet. It was a habit. I was like, all right, what's for dessert?
Breaking
it was
that
just
habit.
a thing.
We've had to unlearn that one.
We had to go, we actually don't have to have cookies after every meal.
It's true. We used to go on dates and we'd get the brownie margarita.
Every time.
And the girls were like, you had a margarita? I was like, no, it came in a gigantic margarita cup.
Huge bowl.
It was like 2 brownies,
All the
4
ice cream. But
all
like
the
it's a
caramel.
thing.
And we just thought that's
Our trigger was
we thought that's what we needed.
we ate a meal, we needed dessert. I know it sounds silly, but it actually was a thing, and I grew up doing the same thing.
The whole large pizza.
Yeah. Late night eating.
How did you unlearn that one?
I married you.
Oh.
Okay, write down the triggers, have an awareness. So number 1 is having an awareness of why you do the things you do. It's basically why you have the habit. Like, why aren't you going to the gym? What causes you not to go to the gym? What causes you to eat certain things? What causes you to sit on the couch when you really should be working or cleaning your house or doing laundry? Like, what causes you to do the things that you shouldn't be doing?
That's true.
All right. Number 2, he says clean house. This is what Steve would do. He says get to scrubbing. Basically, if you want to eat more healthier foods, clean your cupboards out of all the crap. So you basically have to go, all right, if something is hindering me, I've got to get it out of my face, out of my home, out of my work environment, get the candy drawer out of your office. What does it need? What do you need to get out of your home?
I really like
I
that.
tell people this almost every single day when they're like, I can't help it. My kids have the Oreos in the house. I'm like, your kids don't need the Oreos.
And you
They
probably
don't.
bought the Oreos.
You
for
bought them. You bought them for your kids, and then you're eating them. So I'll say things like,
Do kids really want the Oreos? Make
if you
them
want your
work
kids to have a
to get
dessert,
them.
then buy them a treat to have in their home that you're not going to eat. Right? There's things that you don't like, but your kids would probably eat. If you feel like they need it, then buy something that you're not going to eat.
So today's the day to identify your triggers. Today's the day to clean your house, get some of this stuff out.
Right. And he's not saying all of these things at once. He's just giving you ideas of what people need to do. Some people just need right now to identify what the triggers are and have an understanding of that. Some people need to clean house, get it all out. Some people need to make a swap. So number 3 is making a swap. He said he used to, after every single meal, he would want to have a huge triple scoop banana split with all of the fixings. It was a thing he had every single evening for sure. It was about 1,255 calories.
Whoa.
But he said, you know what? I wanted to get healthier.
3 hours of rowing.
He said, I wanted to get healthier. But he said, what I did instead is I placed my bad habit with 2 Hershey Kisses, 50 calories.
Bam.
You guys, and I read this and I was like, I love that, because oftentimes people would take everything out no matter what, and they would have this like, oh, I hate this. I don't get to have anything. And he said, I had 2 Hershey Kisses, 50 calories. It made him go, okay, I'm thankful for the tea. He loved to have something tiny and sweet. Could you have, a couple M&Ms versus having a whole chocolate sundae? I actually love the swap idea.
Perfect.
Did you love the swap idea?
I love the swap idea.
Do you want
what
2 Hershey Kisses? Because you like sugar.
No, I've done really great.
He's doing great. Okay, number 4 is ease into it. So he's talked about easing into habits. First thing, he says some people can jump all in. That's going to be the next one.
That's like that 1% better
right.
philosophy.
Right. 1% better, 1% worse. Or number 5 is jump all in. He says sometimes you've got to make the jump because easing in isn't going to work for you.
Yeah, it's kind of like Saturday night when I was having my heart attack. I felt like I said, this is a moment for me to jump all in.
He actually
I've
says
got to be done.
Most people, this is an exception. Most people can't jump all in because they're going to quit after a couple weeks. But there are exceptions to the rules.
Okay, cardiologist. I honestly wasn't having I wasn't having a heart attack. I'm not professing that over my life. I survived some chest pain from the sugar.
Sometimes waiting in won't do. Sometimes what you really need to do is jump all in and ask yourself, where can I start slow and hold myself accountable, and where do I need to jump all in? It might be different areas of your life. You probably have more than one goal. So maybe you need to jump all into your lifestyle of eating cleaner and cleaning out your house, but maybe diving in slowly to watching less TV or vice versa. Like it's so an ebb and flow, yep. Right? You're not going to dive all into 5 different goals because you're going to quit and you're going to get burned out. But if you can learn things like, where can I make a better swap? Where do I need to get rid of things? Where do I need to jump in and just do it? And where do I need to ease in slowly so I don't quit?
Well, this is why it's the perfect time as well, is because we're kind of getting out of this
dogs,
whole. Please. We have 4 dogs, 4 daughters, and for whatever reason, the dogs think it's UFC time.
Every morning.
They
wrestle
right
like
now.
Kids.
What was I don't even know.
Oh,
I totally
it was going to be so good.
Not sure. That's okay.
All right. Anything else you want to say to that? There was one more thing I was going to say, but I have to remind myself.
The dogs threw me off. So we're going to have to just do
Oh, I know. Okay, I love this. So this is what he said. He said, you have to figure out the things that have a grip or a hold on you. He calls it run a vice grip or run a vice check. So he said what he does every 3 months is he'll take one thing that he wants to make sure it doesn't have a hold on him, and he will give it up for 30 days. So if you're like, it's not a big deal, the smoking doesn't have a hold on me, the drinking doesn't have a hold on me, the sugar doesn't have a hold on me, the whatever it is, he will give that one. Netflix doesn't have a hold on me.
That's crazy.
He says, I don't want to be owned by anything. I don't want to be ran by anything that I can't get rid of if I want to. So he'll take one thing that he's like, I need to put this in check.
It's really good.
And he gives it up for 30 days. He's like, if I can give it up for 30 days and not be obsessive about it, then I can bring it back in, and I have to have an awareness that I'm not going to do it all the time because there is moderation, right?
Yeah.
Like, can you celebrate on Easter and have one of your sister's special K-bars that I only get twice a year?
Uh-oh, it sounds like it's happening.
I don't really like peanut butter anymore, but prior to that, I would have been like, yeah, I'm going to eat the special K-bar. I actually don't know if I'll eat them this year, but...
Interesting. We'll have to see.
But I'm saying there's got to be a part of like moderation, enjoying yourself, and getting yourself back on track. But if you can't, like, you've got to understand, like, do I need to get it all out? Do I ease into it slowly? Can I give it up for 30 days to make sure it doesn't have a hold of me? That's it.
I got it. Nissy just helped me. She helped me remind me of what...
Cancel. Just press cancel. There you go.
What it was that I was going to say. It is the perfect time to do... You want to know why this is the perfect time? Because we're getting out of where... The whole thing of it being, we're not going to go down the route of like what that CEO thing caused people with isolation. But we are also, I don't know what words you can say and can't say to get banned, but I think you all know what I'm talking about. This 2-year span, that's just been super ridiculous. But wherever you're at least where we're at, which I'm guessing is a majority of places, it's starting to get nicer out. And environment makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Getting outside changes your mindset. It gives you a different perspective. It gives you a better awareness for making better choices. So if the last 2 years or this winter has been challenging for you, I just wanted to encourage you that right now is the perfect time to start putting some of this stuff into play. Because you don't want to sit on the sidelines. You don't want to wait till next year. You want to just get into some of these small little some of these small little changes because they're super powerful.
Right.
And so I'm looking outside and I'm like, it's somewhat of a dreary day, but it's still a lot nicer than it was a month ago. and I really want to get my butt out of hibernation. I want to take my wife on a walk. I want to walk these dogs. I want to have some fun. I'm going to celebrate getting some fresh air outside. So I just wanted to encourage you. It's
Celebrate
important.
that you're just watching this because that means you're alive.
You want to know what else I think is pretty amazing? There's a huge difference between people who are on Facebook and people who are on Instagram. I think Instagram is super quick fix, like, give me 10 seconds, give me 10 seconds. I've seen probably thousands of people pop on and pop off, where it's like, I really love seeing people actually take this information in on the Facebook side. I don't even know what all that means.
It's all the Insta.
Insta doesn't work. Like, you have to be committed, and my hope is I really appreciate you guys checking this out, if it's live or on the replay, because the stuff that Stephanie is sharing with you, this is stuff that's going to impact not just your life, but the people around you. Because when you start getting incrementally better, people around you start raising their standards.
Right.
And when you raise your standards, you raise the level of your life. And that kind of stuff matters.
It does. The last thing I'm going to say is this. You will never change your life until you change something that you do daily. The secret of your success is found in your daily routine. I love this. Research shows it takes 300 instances of positive reinforcement to turn a new habit into an unconscious practice. That is almost a year of daily practice, which makes you go, are you committed to a year?
Yeah.
I tell people that all the time when they message me and they ask about getting fit or losing weight or feeling better. I'm like, are you committed to 2 weeks or are you committed to a year?
So good.
Because it's not, you didn't get here overnight. You're not going to get there overnight. It doesn't matter if it's your fitness or your business or your relationships. Like, it's going to take time to learn, to grow, to implement, to do the consistency action of it, to actually see the results. Mm-hmm. We've been here for 7 years in June.
Woohoo!
We've learned a lot.
Yeah, we have.
And we've experienced a lot, and we've failed a lot, and we've gotten back up, and we've kept going. So that's it. That's all I have.
As long as you learn to fail forward, that's all that matters. Just don't quit. Don't
Right.
quit on yourself. Don't quit on your goals. Don't quit on your dreams. Just keep taking action. Don't mess up good for perfect.
I hope that was helpful.
Yeah.
Honestly, one of the main reasons
Honey, you've inspired me.
We go
Thank
through
you.
books is to just give you an awareness, and then you can take whatever you want and take whatever action you want. But once you know,
Then you know.
Once you know, you know. When you
Ooh.
can't unknow it, so then you're held to a level of like your own personal responsibility of like, well, I know what to do. I know the things I should be doing. Then you choose to ignore it.
So good. So we hope that you found some value in today's conversation.
Cheers.
Anything else that you want to say? If you haven't, follow
Nope.
Stephanie at KetoMom Secrets on Instagram for those quick Insta backside stories of all the behind the
I
scenes
should be doing
stuff.
more Insta Reels so you can get a 30-second tip.
Stephanie's podcast will be releasing this week. I'm determined to make that happen. And the good news is,
You don't
if
have
you're
to.
watching the replay, if you're watching the
say.
replay and you're wondering what is going on, drink your ketones, build your muscle, get outside, move your body, set some goals, set some intentions, and just know that you're worth it. And it's very important to live your best life now, because playing small does not serve anybody.
All right. Have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye,
y'all.
everybody.